वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। ओ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। मंगलाचरण पेज 6 वेरी। यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। In this text, Yoga Vasistha, Vasishtena Uktam Vasishtam. What is advised by Vasistha, it becomes Vasishta. So if I do something, Ishwarena Uktam Aishwaryam becomes. That first letter becomes elongated. Dasharatha Putraha Dasharataha, like that. So Vasishta's teaching here, as we saw yesterday, it was not directly Vasishtha to start with. approached by Vishwamitra, and he said that I want to take Sri Rama with me. Then he said, no, it's not possible because so young, and I would come in place of him. Then Vishwamitra got very upset. Then it is said that after a certain deliberation, Dasharatha invited Rama, but also cautioned Vishwamitra that he's not interested nowadays in anything, totally disinterested about life, not happy about anything, feeling lost. I think since he went on a pilgrimage or a trip to the seeing the countryside, he has become like this. So then that's why many of the parents do not want the children to go on their own anywhere. So because in their immaturity, they may conclude certain things. But Sri Rama, out of maturity, he realized the impermanence of everything. So he went and came back, and he found nothing really is lasting in life. Everything is so fleeting. So then he came back, and Vishwamitra looked at him and said, oh, he has become such a Vairagi now. So as we saw in the verse number 6, that's what we concluded yesterday. Astira sarva evete sachara cheshtitaha kim me rajyena kim bhogaihi koham kimidamagatam. A stark difference, or it's very striking difference between the kind of vairagya which Arjuna had in the battlefield and what Sri Rama has here, you can very clearly see. Arjuna had that vairagya or kind of dispassion because he found that he was forced to engage in a particular kind of war because of circumstances. He had to kill to protect his country, and more than anything else, he had a revengefulness about Duryodhana, about Karna, about everybody there in the Kaurava army. Whereas here, Rama was not forced to do anything. It is by his own personal self-observation. Nobody prompted him to do anything. So that is why it is said in the beginning itself, a person who has self-consciousness is the person who can really walk the path of spirituality, not by circumstances. Many times we get certain bitter things in life, or certain kind of a mishap that, or some kind of mishappening, and things are not going the way we want, and therefore for a short period of time we get this kind of vairagya. That's called smashana vairagya, burial ground dispassion. When somebody who's very near or dear to you, when somebody dies, say, after all, what anybody takes from this world, nothing is real. Everybody leaves everything and goes away. Empty hand we came, empty hand we go. Ponal pogattum poda. There's a Tamil song, and let everything go. Who cares? Nobody brings anything, nobody takes anything. So how long it stays? How long it stays? Till you reach home. Once you reach him, again back to share market. Why? Because it's a short period of time you feel that bitterness of life. That is one kind of dispassion. The second kind of dispassion is you don't get what you want. Alabe vairagya. When you don't get it, you want, I don't want it. You can't get it. If you have tried everything and nothing you are able to get, and therefore, I think I don't want it anymore. It is because of you becoming a failure. You are not able to get what you want. That vairagya also is not long lasting. That is also circumstantial. But by observation, after a long time, you realize that things are not really what they appear to be. Things are not going to be there in the same way as you want them to be. People are not going to behave the way you want. He is not going to listen to you for a long period of time. Physical body itself will wither away. It will start paining here, there, and then you realize that what am I holding on to? So Sri Rama went around in the countryside and looked at all the things and said, Astira sarva evete. Everything is so temporary. Sacharachara cheshtitaha. Whether it is mobile, immobile, moving, unmoving, matter or spirit, whatever it is. Kim no rajya, kim me rajyena kim bogai. What am I going to do with this wealth and kingdom, etc.? Koham kimidam agatam. Who am I? Why have I come? What is the purpose of being here? This kind of questions, when it is happening out of your own self-observation, not prompted by anybody outside or circumstances outside, it is more here to stay. Such an individual alone can really gain maximum out of it. So here you see, evam vimrisham astirvam, evam vimrishadastivram, sarveshvapi cha vastushu, aratirmama samjata, padikasya marushviva. Evam vimrshataha tivram. Evam tivram vimrshataha. In this way, I have observed very, very intensely. Tivram, intensely, vimrshataha. I have thought about it. In all things, sarveshvavi vastushu. As I said, certain things only we become dispassionate about. Certain things we still hold on to. See, when we realize the impermanence of everything, it should be about everything. I know my relationship with my wife is not long lasting, but I have a good relationship with my iPad. Whether it's material or person, this thing or that thing, in sarveshu vastushu api, in all things in the same way. Few things I am dispassionate about, few things I wanted to hold on to. Then it is not real Vairagya. What we do is we give up something only to hold on to something else. Swamiji, I gave up coffee. What are you doing? I'm drinking tea nowadays. One addiction is gone, some other addiction has come. See, the simple thing is, what is addiction? That giving up by which you have become restless. Then it is an addiction. A habit is that which, having given up, you are becoming restless, then you understand it has a greater power over you. So what is Purusha Prayatnam? Where I am able to take it up and able to give up anytime I want. That is called freedom, isn't it? The dress doesn't tell me that I should wear this. Many people ask, why do you wear orange? Do you like it? No, I am from Orange County. Oh, that is the reason. So when you take it up and whenever you want, and when you do not want it, then it is called freedom. So real dispassion is to recognize that everything in this world is of the same category or degree. What? That if I find it is not useful, then I should not be enslaved by that. Sarveshu vastushu. Aratihi mama sanjada. I do not delight in them anymore. Mama sanjada, it is born in me, that has come to me now. Aratihi. There is no more delight in things. Like what? Patikasya marushu iva. Like a person who is walking in a very dry desert land and he finds a mirage water, a water-like appearance there. Does he run for that? Because knowing very well, in this very dry desert, there cannot be an oasis. Impossible. Even if it appears to be there. That is why Las Vegas is right in the middle of the desert. Nothing is real there. Everything appears to be there. Not true. So it is all made to feel, made to appear like as though it is there. Similarly, like a person who is walking in the desert, very great collection of water, appearance right there about, but he knows it cannot be there. Similarly, in this world, there is no thing which really has a lasting happiness in its content. It's only temporary. It's only an appearance. It depends upon your frame of mind. So long as you think it is useful and enjoyable, it is there. But it is not truly the content of that. So, therefore, I have realized that it is the case with all things in this world. Nothing worth pursuing. This is the state of Rama. Now you ask this question, is it good or bad? What happens as a result of this kind of perception of life? Tell me. Not interested in anything. What happens to such a mind? Huh? In today's modern technology, it becomes depression. There's some technical term the doctors will say. I do not know what about. What is the technical term for that? Anybody here? Psychiatrists? Psychiatrists? Yes. Manic depression. What is it? I know the depression, I know, but what kind of a technical term you use for that? Just to make sure that others don't understand. That is also easily understandable. So, manic depression is only manic depression is there. Okay, anyway, I just joke. Okay. So, this kind of disinterest, bitterness, not having any goal in life, not taking up anything seriously and then doing something. So, it on one hand, it looks like a great qualification for being a spiritual student. That is a fine. On the other hand, such a person, even about a spiritual life or going for a greater cause in life, even that person won't do. So on the one hand, it looks very appealing, but on the other hand, it also discourages an individual to take up his spiritual life also. Even that a person becomes very dejected, depressed about. So now, continuing, he says, Yata janasi bhagavan tata mohani vrittaye bruhi me ragavo yena nonam nirdukkatam gataha. So here he is asking, hey Bhagavan, O Lord, whatever you know, yata janasi, whatever you know, for what? Tata moha nivrittaye. This, do you think, is some kind of a delusion I have? So Rama comes to observe that it is, on the one hand, it looks very appealing, as I said, and on the other hand, he thinks, am I just getting confused here? Because I don't see this kind of an attitude from anybody else. Everybody is going about doing their thing joyfully, and then that's why yesterday I said, a happy slave, he never looks for freedom. The majority of the people happily going about things. Am I having some kind of a delusion here? So please let me know. Therefore, bruhime. Please tell me. Ragavaha yena nunam nirdukkadam kataha. So because of which I will be able to come out of it. So it is seeking the guidance from the teacher. As exactly the way Arjuna also asked this question. Karpanya doso bhagatasvabhaha pritsamitvam dhamma sammoda chetaha. Yasreyaha syat nishchidam bruhitanme sishyahate aham prahmanya
Shishyasteyam Shadimam Tvam Prapannam. I have become your disciple. I am confused about what to do. Please teach me. I do not think that my conclusions are right. Am I going through any delusion? If that is the case, you have to teach me what is right. See, this is where one finds the need for a true teacher. A guru is relevant only when there is a seeker. The guru becomes a guru only when there is a disciple who deserves to know. Otherwise, guru becomes any other person who has knowledge, and then generally he is talking about what he knows. Guru is a guide who can give guidance to the one who is looking for that. Is the light useful to a blind fellow? For a blind person, is the light useful? If it's a dark place and a blind man walking, he has no reason to have the light then. A blind man walking in the dark alley doesn't need the light. A person who has eyes but not able to see, he seeks the light. In the same way, a person who is observing and he wants a way to get out of it, such a person, to him, Guru is important. Ajnana timirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshuhu unmilitam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. He whose darkness or blindness is because of his own ignorance, and the teacher's job is to remove that by which he on his own is able to see it. The Guru is providing a means to get out of that darkness. He cannot see for you. He cannot walk for you. Just like somebody else cannot eat for you. Somebody else cannot sleep for you. Somebody else cannot take medicine for your sickness. So the Guru becomes relevant only when there is a seeker. Right? Otherwise, there are enough Gurus available and going about marketing themselves, publishing themselves. But only when a person realizes that I need help, such a person alone can find the precious teachings of a Guru relevant to him. She's asking, Bruhi me Ragavo, me Ragavaha, me the Raghava, one who was born in the Raghuvamsha, Yena, by which Nunam at once Nirdukkadam Gata, where I would be able to come out of this sorrowful state of my mind. Please teach me that. So he's asking first Vishwamitra, because he is the one who is come to take him. And so he is asking him, please teach me. What do I do now? And as a last set of his own predicament, is explaining why I seek the guidance now. Here we see. Swayam chaivana chapnomi tam vishrantim anuttamam tadaham vyakta sarveho nirahankaratam gataha na kinchidapi vanchami dehatyagat rute mune mauna evavatishthami lipi karmasvarpitah. Now I realize one thing, that I cannot come out myself. It is said that a young boy was walking in the countryside, he was walking, and there was an open well, he fell down inside. And he doesn't know swimming. Deep well. He was shouting on the top of his, please somebody help me, help me, help me, help me.
So the villagers came to know that some noise is coming from the open there. They found a boy was struggling there in the water. What to do now? Everybody is gathered around that place and looking at what to do now. Deep well. Suddenly one person jumped inside. And he went inside and he picked up that boy. And then these people threw some, what do you call, a long rope they made quickly. And this man picked up the boy and came up all the way up there. And, that boy was given, what is that called? Emergency. Huh? CPR, everything. And so they were very surprised and very, because this man who jumped was not a very proactive person. He's usually lazy, very lazy. He doesn't do anything on his own. And they were so heroic, kind of a hero kind of action he did. Very bold action of jumping into the water and picking up the child. So they were very surprised. How we all thought that you are good for nothing and you did this? That man got up and my question is, who pushed me inside? Sometimes people, you do come to, study Bhagavad Gita or whatever it is, not on their own. Somebody pushed them inside and then they want to get out of these things. We do see some students who come when I was teaching also. Within a month or two, they become very restless because their intention is not to study. So what we see here is Rama says, I have observed and found out that only way I can come out is with the help of somebody else. This is the second stage. First is observing. What is the world and how it is so impermanent, nothing is really lasting and nothing is really having any content of happiness. And therefore, I do not see any reason to pursue it. Second is there is guidance available. That also one should know. Because who gets depressed completely? Because he doesn't know anybody who can get him out of it. Yes, there is guidance available. I can come out. The second stage is I know I can come out. Third is seeking the right person to make that happen. Swayam chaiva nacha apnomi. By myself, I will not be able to come out of it. Tam vishrantim anuttamam na apnomi. In that tam vishrantim, that state of quiet and restful mind, I will not be able to obtain by myself. That means he has realized there is a possibility of coming out of it and obtaining peace, not just happiness, not pleasure. The state of mind which can remain joyful, happy, silent, and quiet in spite of all these impermanent things. Tam shrantim, vishrantim, anuttamam shrantim, incomparable, peaceful mind. Swayam chevana apnomi. I am myself cannot get it out of myself. That I know. Tadaham jakta sarveho. Sarva iha means desires. Jakta sarveha. Having given up all other attraction and then happiness about this world, nirahankaratam tataha. Having gained the state of egolessness, possessiveness, having given up all that ego and possessiveness, etc., to gain that state of total restfulness, joyfulness is not possible for me to do it myself. The Upanishad also very clearly says, Yam eva esha vrunati, tena labhyaha, tasya esha atma, vibrunade tanam swam. He who seeks it exclusively will be chosen by the truth. If we were seeking that reality, that freedom, along with so many other things, then it will not be for you. You have to exclusively seek it. It is like somebody who says,
Young people, when they get attracted to each other, say, then the boy says, I really love you. The girl will want to make sure, you love me exclusively or not? Huh? The love for me must be exclusive. Don't say, I love this, and I love you also. Then I am not ready for it. Exclusive love. Even in the human love, we want exclusiveness. Nobody else, not mixed with anything else. In the same way, here, one who seeks liberation exclusively, not as a part of any other process. Yam eva esha vrunati. This alone he wants. Tasya esha atma vivranade. To him, this Atman will reveal itself. That's what Buddha sought for. Ramana Maharshi sought for this. And all great masters exclusively looked for it. Not attracted by anything else. So here he says, I want it. Stakta sarva iha. All other desires I am going to ready to give up. Nirahankaradam gadaha. With no ego for possessiveness for anything else. Na kinchidapi vanchami. I want nothing else except death. See? Rite dehatyagat. He mune, oh my dear saint, other than giving up the body, I have no other desire. So Rama has come to such conclusion, either kill myself or get freedom. That is a real mumukshuta. Real desire for liberation is seen in the character of Rama here. Either I die or I become free. This is what Mahatma Gandhi also said when he was fighting for the freedom of the country. Do or die. Either I get liberation, either I get the freedom for the country, or I will die in the battlefield. I don't want to go back home living in any more slavery. I don't want to do it anymore. Do we have that kind of interest seeking or not? Tivra mumukshu. Ours is manda mumukshita. Chalo, anedo. In case if I get it, let it. Otherwise, if somebody gives me in a golden platter, lelo pai mukti, I won't do anything. It is said, I might have quoted this before also. Swami Vivekananda was approached by a student. What is this intense seeking for freedom? So he said, why do you want to know? No, I want to know. People talk about it. I am also a seeker of a great liberation. But what is this intensity that your people are talking about? How much intense was your what you call seeking for liberation? How was it when you reached the feet of Rameshna Paramahamsa? I'll tell you later. He just didn't say anything. One day they were walking by and there was a big lake was there. They said, let us both, it's very hot day today, let us take a dip, both of us. So they just removed the cloth and went into the water. It was very cooling water. Both of them started swimming. Suddenly, Swami Vivekananda picked up this boy's neck, and pushed him under the water. He was not able to breathe anymore. He was about to, lose himself, and he was struggling. He was pushing him inside. And then finally, when, it was such a struggle and he was not able to do anything else, suddenly released him. Why did you do that? You asked a question. So you don't know the answer, that way you are killing me? No. Under that water, what was your thought? What were you thinking when I was pushing you inside the water? What were you thinking? What did you want? Is there anything, I want to see a movie today? I want to have pizza. What were you thinking? Any other thought came to your mind other than, let me get out of it now? That kind of intensity is what I am asking from you. If that intensity is there, what is what? That is either I die or I live in freedom. That's why he says, Nakinchita vivanchami. I want nothing else. Deha tyagat rute mune. Oh, they are saying, either I die or I need to be free. Mona eva avatishtami. Therefore, I now plan to remain only in total silence. So there is nothing worth talking about. Mona eva avatishtami. Like what? Lipi karmasu eva arpitaha. Like a picture that is drawn. Lipi karmasu. In the drawing of a picture, the picture doesn't speak anymore. It's a mute one, right? Beautiful picture, Mona Lisa, but does she smile? Does she make any sound? In the same way, I will no more have anything to say. I'm done. No interest in anything else. So this is my state of mind. I have given up all my hopes about this world. Either I die or I get liberated. And I know I cannot do it myself. That's what I want. You tell me what to do now. Now, this is not a defeatist mentality. Please let us not misunderstand Rama is giving up on himself. No, it is not that. But showing the intensity, showing that eagerness, showing that one-pointed seeking. Gurudev used to say, when you have that one-pointed seeking, a guru will come looking for you. That is a divine, what do you call, plan. If there is a person who is seeking this kind of intensity, the Guru, wherever he is, even if the Guru is not available, the Lord himself will take the form of a Guru and come to you. That is what Ramakrishna Paramahamsa also did. He was praying and praying and praying, and then finally one day, he was in front of that good form of Kali. He took that Trishu and the sharp kind of, what do you call that? Trident, and he picked up and said, I'm going to kill myself if you don't reveal yourself. If you don't show up yourself, I am not here going to live anymore. And he took that and he was about to kill himself. Or he took a sword, one of those. He took to just to say, I'm going to kill myself if you don't show it. At that point, when he was about to do, there was a one hand came and stopped that. Don't do it. She looked around. A very unknown person. A man was standing there. Who are you? He says, I am Totapuri. I am here to teach you the preciousness of your own self. And then he taught him the nature of the reality. And he says that Kali whom you are worshipping as a form here is none other than your own free self. Huh? So it is said, even as recent as 100 years from today back, that happened in the case of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, where when he was given up everything else, it is the Lord himself would come as a form of a guru and teach him. Then he realized that Kali whom I am worshipping is none other than the precious self of my own. So here Rama is saying that is the only thing I see. So this ends the first chapter. First chapter ends with this state of mind of Rama, which is to tell us this should be the mind of a real seeker of liberation. In the case of Gita also, the first chapter is about despondency of Arjuna. How much he was so disturbed by the condition and he sought the teaching exclusively from Krishna. Here also, Sri Rama is looking for an answer. Ata dvitiyodhyayah Vishwamitra uvacha Naragavatabastanyate Nyeyam Jnanavatam Vara Swayameva Sukshmaya Buddhya Sarvam Vijnatavanasi. So here, Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra was a very great, accomplished saint. He was a king by birth. Kaushika his name. And he was a great warrior and he was a great king ruling a kingdom. But ultimately he realized that all his success and other things will not be comparable to the highest state of total freedom and mukti, liberation. So he realized that he has to change his path. He gave up all his kingdom, exclusively went into meditation and great austerity and asceticism, and finally reached the state of greatest, state of freedom, enlightenment, nirvana. He became the one who guided many, many great seekers. Today, if you are able to chant Gayatri Mantra, it is because of his meditation. He gained the power of strength and power from the Lord Sun. And that's what he has given to us as the most important, powerful mantra. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviduhu Varenyam Vargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. And he became the guide for Rama. Because he had inexhaustible amount of power, mantra power and tantra power also, physical power as well as the power of meditation. He gave all that power to Ravana to get rid of Ravana. As I told you who Ravana was. So he knew that it is Lord Vishnu has taken the form of Rama. And as he has taken the human form, Vishnu, he is playing his role very perfectly. So here he is saying, hey, I understand what you are asking. He says that you know everything, but yet you are asking this question. Tavaha tu anyat nyeyam jnanavaram vatam na Raghava. Re Raghava, there is nothing that other than you, which is to be known, is there. Nyeyam, to be known, Jnanavatam Vara, oh, the one who is the best amongst the knower of the truth, Tavastu Ajnat, Tavastu Ajnat, other than yourself, there is nothing else to be known, here Raghava. But yet, Swayameva Sukshya Bhuttya Sarvam Vijnatavanasi. By your own sharp intellect, you know it. In this audience, who doesn't know that he or she is? You are all here? What is the proof? Oh, my friend will tell you. We all know. Every one of us know that I am. There is no ambiguity or uncertain doubt about that. My own existence, I don't doubt. Nobody doubts. Even if somebody doubts, I don't care. If somebody says, I doubt you exist. If somebody doubts my existence, do I care? Because it is not something which is doubtful, because it is never lost. It never be absent. But our problem is we are not able to stay there. We are not able to abide in that state of eternality. We are carried away by all other things. Even as we grow and we say, oh, one day I will die. Yes, but what dies is not you. That conviction is not there. It's very vague. As yesterday I told you, it is certain that everybody dies, but uncertain is when. But even that uncertainty of death, when it is going to be there, but it is certain that I, without this physical body also, will remain. But that is not a confirmed knowledge. Presently, since I am seeing myself only as a physical being, I am not sure, without this physical body, do I exist? Can I exist? I am doubtful. Because nobody has come so far to me and say that I exist without the body. That knowledge is vague. Is there that I am, but I am with respect to what? That vagueness is still there. So here, Rama seeks a confirmation. Swayameva sukshya buddhya jnanavan vijnadavan asi. You know it. It is quoted that the son of Vyasa, Sukha, was a very great enlightened soul from the very birth itself. So he asked his father this question: is liberation possible? Why this variety of the world and so much of diversity in this world? Tell me. So Vyasa, because of his own wisdom, he says this creation of diversity is because of the illusion created by your own mind. There is no diversity in this world. The diversity is only because you are looking at this with these senses. It is a mind and the senses which create this so-called diversity. But really there is no plurality here at all. It is only one white light that is coming into this, but is it not that is appearing in 7 different colors? Colors that we see are nothing but diffraction. In the same way, the world is the same, but per your mind, something you like, something you don't like, something you want, something you do not want, something you cherish, something you hate. This variety of things because of which the whole world is surviving. That diversity is not reality. The reality is only one. So Sukha said, this I know. Then what are you asking? I want confirmation. So then Vyasa said, then you go to King Janaka. Who is he? You go to him. So he went all the way to the court of Janaka, his palace. And Janaka knew that Vyasa has sent his son. So as soon as he entered the palace, the servants at the palace asked, who are you? Sukha. Okay, what do you want? I want to meet the king. Wait. They went inside and they reported. King Janaka was a great enlightened person. He said, don't bother about it. Let him stay outside. 2-3 days. He never even bothered to even call him. But Sukha, because of his intensity to seek the answer, he stayed outside 2-3 days. And after some time, he asked the soldiers, King, is he still there? Yes. Bring him in. He brought him. What do you want? I want confirmation to this knowledge that the reality is there and everything, diversity is only illusion. I'll tell you 3 days later. Wait. Again 3-4 more days. Just to check whether he is really seeking it or just because of an intellectual curiosity. See, what happens to us is when somebody doesn't immediately satisfy your intellectual question, that fellow doesn't know, I think. Let me go to somebody else. Nowadays that is possible. So he just left him. Again, after 3 days, he came to, are you still seeking an answer? Yes, I want an answer. He told the same thing which Vyasa said. Then Sukha said, now I understand. The understanding took place not because of the change of what he said, but his intensity intensified. His mind has become more and more calm and quiet and ready to listen. It often happens to us, that, parents come to us and say, Swamiji, I will bring my child because he's not concentrating on his studies. You please tell him to study. I said, you could have said that. You are a parent, right? You say. He always listens when somebody else says that. This is always true. They come to Balvia teachers, you tell him. And it is always true that when the child is studying in a Balvia class which is taught by his own mother, listen. You take it for granted. Oh, my mother always says that. But somebody else says, it's like the same food served in the hotel or in the restaurant will be tasting much better than made at home. I'm not joking. Let us say that you pack your food and go for a picnic, and after that exhaustion and everything, and sit there and, what a food I eat. That is the same thing you brought from home only. Why? Because that the need for the food is more felt when you are in the company of people and sitting there in a beautiful tree and other things. So Sukha said, now I understood. Therefore, here he says, Rama, you know it. What you want is only a confirmation. Narajavattavastanyat nyeyam jnanavatamvara. Jnanavatamvara, oh, the one who is the best knower of everything. Other than you, there is nothing else that is really to be known. Swayameva sukshmaya buddhya sarvam vijnadavanasi. You know it. But anyway, since you are asking for this, I shall now tell you. He is asking this beautiful question next. This is very interesting part. What is that you want to be free from? You want to be free from this world? And that's why he's saying that I will kill myself. He is killing an end of the story. By getting rid of the body, you think that you will become free, enlightened, or free from this world? No. Now ask this question, what made you or what brought you into this world first? Why are we here? Kimagatam. Because of which I have come here. All of us. Why are we what we are? Why have we come here? Is it by accident? Unintelligently we are created by our own parents? By mistake? Are we here by mistake? It is not because of your parents you are here. It is not because of the world that you are here. It is because of yourself. The cause of your birth or cause of my birth is me. Cause of your birth is you yourself. But I was not there before. Yeah, not in this condition. So this is where the concept of vasana is brought in. In our BMI chart, Gurudev's BMI chart, you will see that V. Vasanas. The taste and inclination for things. Its origin is unknown, but its expressions are well known, very well known to us. None of us are really bound. We are not in bondage. But what makes us feel bound is because we are incapable of getting rid of the intensity of our unfulfilled desires. It grows, multiplies day after day without even being noticed. And it has been going on for a long period of time. So in this text, we find a very beautiful statement, Vasana Tanavam. Tanuta means to reduce, to thin down. Tanu means to thin. Vasana tanavam, thinning down of vasana, is called liberation. That's why he says now, you see. Vasana tanavam Rama moksha ityuchyate bodhaihi padartha vasanadhargyam bandha ityabhidiyate. Why do you feel free and happy when you go to some other place for vacation? Hawaii. I go there, spend a weekend or one full week. Hawa hai. Lot of hawa. Hawa means air. Feel the air of freedom. Why? It's not because of the place. Place has little effect on you because the blueness of the sky and then clean air and then other things. And everybody is wearing colorful dress and moving around. You know that feeling of, happiness. You don't feel people wearing coat and suit. You feel very pressured, even the very look of it, business like. Wearing a colorful dress and a hat, a tee, what do you call that? What is it? Short beach boy. That's they wear, and then a hat they wear, and the flower also on the top of it. Garland, cooling glass. So you feel free. And that is one thing. But where you feel free is your regular routine of things, which puts you in the great amount of stress and pressure. It's not there. You feel so relieved. So what makes you feel happy and relieved there is not the place, but the peace. Because the regular thing that you are forced to do, you don't do it anymore. Vacation means vacate your mind. Mind is relatively calm and quiet because things to do are not put in an agenda. I have to meet this person, I have to call this person, I have to go this, attend this, and I have to make this decision. I have to go and talk to this banker, and then they have to get into this. All those things which otherwise exhaust you every day, wake up whenever you want, 10 o'clock. Somebody asked me this question, one young boy, some fourth graders. Swamiji, how does it feel to be a Swami? I said, you can do anything you want, whenever you want. Is it so? I would like to be a Swami. I told him, why Swami is called Swami? Because Swa-ami. There are two words there. Swa-ami. On his own. That is what is called. Swami means on his own. No pressure anywhere. That's called Swami. No. Swami means one who feels that everything is one only. Ami means all this. Is one's own. He doesn't separate as mine and yours. That means when I come home, I feel that it is my home. Not that I will sell things out of your home. Don't worry about it. Swamiji has come in, what are you going to take it away from himself? He doesn't feel isolated. Everything is mine only. So that mind which has become freed from the pressures of to-do list, that is no more. Meaning, there is no pressure of vasanas. So the vasana, as and when the vasana